What's going on? It's Alan Brown, aka Bully the Kid, and today we're taking a look at Glarry. It's a company I've worked with in the past, and they came out with a new base. So let's talk about what differences there are on the new model. Kick that intro. So I have the two bases here. This is the first gen, the GP1, and it's pretty solid base. Very good for people that are experimenting with hopping into the bass game. This could be a really good learner bass and stuff like that. Does sound good in the mix, and we'll get into that towards the end of the video. And whenever I play this against the second generation to kind of hear some tonal differences. One thing that was a big thing for Glarry is the size of the neck. It's a chunky neck and it's a Glarry thing. That is also carried on the second generation of it. It's not a problem. It just takes some adjustment if you're not used to a neck this chunky. It is in the shape of a C, and so flat on top, and then, you know what I'm saying. Does feel good, but it does take a bit of an adjustment period. When you get it from the factory, go ahead and do an adjustment, like go ahead and set up and all that stuff, because it might need it. This one actually needs me to readjust everything because seasons change and stuff and wood moves. But yeah, the only thing that's not stock on this bass is the pickup covers that I added later on. I just thought they just look cool, just white pickups. That's cool. So went ahead and put those on, but everything is stock. This is exactly how it comes. This is a passive bass. And this retails for 90 bucks. Now, whenever I bought this, or whenever I got this, it was $75, and that was kind of a huge selling point at the time. Let's move to the second generation. All right, so out the gate, you know that it's a maple fretboard, right? The originals all were rosewood. That's on the Jazz model as well. And now there's the second generation, and went with the maple fretboard, as well as the maple neck and stuff. Between this bass and this bass, they both feel good in the hand. The neck is still the same type of feel. It's comfortable, but just takes an adjustment period. So it's not really a bad thing. It's just a thing, you know? And knobs, all the pots and stuff feel solid, doesn't feel cheap. And then we have the upgraded Wilkinson pickups, and everything else on it looks relatively stock and true to Glarry on the first situation. So what are the differences between it? Both of them sound nice in the mix, and you'll hear that towards the end. One big difference is the weight between both these basses. The composition of them are, both of them are basswood or basswood, however you say that. The back of the neck is maple. On this one, they have on their website Canadian hardwood maple, or Canadian hard maple. I think that's the verbiage they use. Yeah, Canadian hard maple. And they use premium basswood or basswood for the body. Between the two, there is a little bit more girth, a little bit more heft on the back end of the bass. So the neck dive situation that you may assume is there, but it's substantially less than the first generation is. Problem with the first gen is not even really a problem. It's extremely light, but the problem is the neck itself is so, you know, thick that it dives. Now, you can solve that by getting a cloth strap, something like that. I just re-picked this up because who doesn't like stars? It's gonna go great on my bass. But getting a cloth strap and not using like a nylon, something that slides really easy, this has a little bit more friction, so the diving doesn't happen as much. So that's on this one. It's even less when you use a cloth strap or a leather strap on the bass that has more bottom on it, literal heft. there. This is more substantial. So just to tell you the weight and stuff like that, the weight of this bass, they have as a package weight. So that's it shipped in the box with all the stuff as 9.3 pounds. I have a little food scale and I put this on it. Don't judge me. And it came out to 8.2, right? And this bass actually came out to 6.4 pounds. So yeah, so is a pound and a half, give or take, really that big a deal? You may say yes. Some people may say no. If you have a bad back, getting the lighter one may not be a bad decision for you. Just kind of shave the neck down and get more of a jazz profile. You could do that. If you like a solid feeling bass, second gen. I like both of them, and I would use both of them for different situations. So like, because of how this feels, if I had to play outside long gigs in the sun, I'd probably grab the blue one. But if I had to do like a session thing where I'm sitting down there and I'm just like kind of ironing out bass lines and stuff like that, if I had to choose between the two, I would choose this one to sit down with and kind of vibe and stuff like that. Also, in a different type of situation, just me sitting in a session type deal, I think I'll probably put flat wounds on the first gen because of how it sounds inherently. And I probably leave the round wounds or whatever on the second gen because it has that little zing thing that I like. So you know what I'm saying? So I play Motown on the first gen and then I do my slap stuff on the second gen, as it were. But I've had y'all here talking about this stuff forever. Let's go ahead and get into how this thing sounds. So the next clip you're gonna hear is me throwing it with a drum beat, kind of grooving a little bit, and you know, maybe getting into some slap for both of them. So to keep everything and keep me 100, I'm actually going with the same pair of strings on both basses. I'm putting these strings, this set, on both basses. So I'm gonna have this set on the GP1, and then I'm gonna leave this set on the GP2 because that's what I wanted to do anyway. So that's the only way that I can guarantee I have like a pretty good tonal comparison. So that's gonna be the next clip you see. All right, so we have the both bases, the Glarry GP joint, and same strings were on both of them. I just put the strings that were there on that one because I don't want to waste strings. And yeah, so new string, this one. Is this bass worth checking out? I'm gonna say yes. You heard how it sounded, and all I did was go into my amp. There's everything at 12 o'clock here. There's no EQ modeling, directly into my interface, and then match it up to the camera. This is where we at. And I think it sounds great, especially for the price. Like, I've played stuff that cost twice as much, and it didn't feel as good as far as groove goes. So you be the judge. I like the I like this bass. It's just, you know. So yeah, that's been my review of the kind of comparison video of the GP1 and the GP2 upgraded version. And yeah, till next time, I've been Alan Brown, aka Bully the Kid. Y'all be easy.